Burnout is a bitch, and I mean in all aspects of life, whether it be college, art, YouTube, etc. Burnout can leave you feeling drained and exhausted, and hell, makes you even question if you want to continue going on at all. Usually though, this is just a roadblock that will eventually be cleared by yourself or external factors. Furry fandom burnout is not something very much talked about, although a very common problem I see. Many get burned out and say they're leaving only to come back with a fresher perspective. So, what are some of these causes? This is the number one factor into burnout, I feel. Furries have a horrible habit of being negative, sometimes for good reasons, and others, not the appropriate response. Call-outs, dumbass drama between friend circles, being outed, stupid takes circulating can all be a clusterfuck of negativity and aggression, and this happens roughly every week on furry Twitter. This creates this echo chamber that all you can filter are just negative things about the fandom, and it certainly doesn't help that the fandom is addicting, and sometimes a penalty system if you don't know every slither of drama by those who are terminally online. Which, there shouldn't be, because, people have lives. Understandably, someone will get lost in the chaos with this. Why would you want to stay in a place that doesn't make you feel good? But this is just one part of the fandom, of course. Furry Twitter, or just Twitter in general, will always be known as a toxic place. There is still good in the fandom, despite what those Twitter warriors want you to believe. There always will be good and bad in all aspects of life. Uplift the good and make sure the bad get punished. But push past and still enjoy what you have now and make the best of the fandom. It's your experience, after all. Make it or break it. Next is finances. Fun! In the fandom, if you got the funds, you can get nice art, a nice fursuit, a VR chat model, Telegram stickers, lock screens, conventions, etc. It can lead to a lot of things to enhance your enjoyment of the fandom, but not all of us are lucky enough to afford these luxuries, and yes, I said luxuries. Despite what some furries want you to believe, none of these are mandatory. You don't have to spend a dime here. You can still enjoy the fandom and have a good time. Is it nice to get these things? 100%. But again, they are not the be-all and end-all, nor should they be. Not everyone is privileged enough to be able to have these things. That's why there are free art raffles, free fursuit raffles, competitions, trades, etc. Others who are unfortunate not being able to afford these things can still have that enjoyment, and that's great. Although I do prefer encouraging people to try a new skill and try doing their own art, fursuit making, 3D modeling, etc. What? I'm an artist, and it brings me joy. Also, nothing wrong with learning a new skill, and how having those skills can be super handy and overall can help you grow as a person. It has a lot of benefits. Oh boy, this one kind of riles me up, but it is a very easy mind trap to fall into, so I get it. Comparison does nothing other than make you feel inadequate with what you are doing, and just makes you feel less than, and that there's no point in trying. Hard truth? There will always be someone better than you. More money, more skill, more privilege, and that is just life. But that doesn't fall on you unless you give up or don't put in the effort to improve. We're not all dealt the same cards in life, so focus on yourself and don't look around and see what others got, because you'll only find yourself wishing yourself to be in a better position. Focus on what you've got and make do and kick some fucking ass. I promise you, we don't get anywhere staying in the ground laying in a puddle of our own tears of what I could have had, should have had, and what I would have had. This is something that hits close to home. For some people, there is a lack of a fandom in their area or hell, even country. I fall into this point, Irish furry here. For us, there are no furry conventions. The closest thing we've got is Comic-Con and other anime conventions. We have 4 furry Irish groups. We have Irish Furries, Iron Furs, who focus on the north, and also we have another Northern Irish group called Northern Irish Furs, and For the Crack, which is the one I run. Sorry, I needed to self-promote. Anyway, fur meets happen, but I would say they are as often as other countries, and definitely not as big. This may be a deal breaker for some, or make their fandom less exciting, which I totally get. but take advantage of what you've got. And if there is nothing, then it looks like the power is in your hands, and it's up to you to make that happen. And quite honestly, that is really rewarding. Some people have been here long enough to have practically seen and done everything. And sometimes that gets old, or even to some it gets boring. My advice is to shake it up. If you've always attended Anthrocon, why not volunteer or event? If you've always made watercolor paintings of your Tiger Sona, maybe start doing gouache paintings of your Furry OC. Not to mention, the fandom always has something new to try, and hell, there are so many new things that you probably haven't even heard of yet. I mean, have y'all ever heard of live action roleplayers, or LARP for short? It's exactly what you think it is, live action roleplay but furry, and it's honestly really fucking cool. And last but not least is personal events. Sometimes there's not nice things that happen in the furry fandom that makes you burned out, and I've had my own few experiences, some worse than others. This is very individualistic, so my advice may be broad, but do what you need to do. If you need to leave the community as a whole, do so. If you need a break, do so. If you need a new Sona for a rebirth or protection of identity, then do so. Whatever it is, do it. Don't let anyone hold you back. So yeah, that's really all I have for this video. I've been struggling a little bit with YouTube lately, in terms of finding new things to talk about, and overall just a bit of my own burnout with YouTube just for a little bit. I usually try to take breaks. I don't really try to force videos, because the more I force them, the more I don't like doing YouTube, and I've learned my mistakes from my old channel, that forcing it is just a way to kill the channel, and I don't want to do that. I've also been very busy with college. I've actually just finished college today, so yeah, I might make some videos in the meantime just to have on the back burner to upload when I am busy in college, and maybe even brainstorm of some new things I can do. I've been wanting to do more speed paints, so hopefully some more speed paints, but yeah, if you guys have suggestions, then feel free to give me suggestions for videos, because your opinion is actually really important to me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.